You're watching TheStreet.com TV. This is Wall Street Confidential. I'm Farnoosh Torabi. This is my first ever interview with Jim Cramer, co-founder of TheStreet.com. Jim, good to see you.
Farnoosh, thank you so much for interviewing me.
Of course. Let's talk about making private equity a public affair.
Okay.
It's been all over the papers. It's a huge asset class. What do you think? Should we regulate private equity?
No, I don't think so. I think private equity is a remarkable force in the sense that we've made being public a very hard thing. Now, that is the public. In other words, we have regulated what is happening to companies that file with the SEC. I don't want to be a public company under these rules. They're too tough. Ever since Sarbanes-Oxley, there's just too many layers of difficulty. Plus the actual role of a public CEO. I had Gary Loveman on last week. He's the CEO of Harris. He spent 20% of his time doing nothing for the company because he is public. So, I mean, I don't think that anybody should get involved with this. Let the market do it. Are they getting the right prices? Look, Clear Channel wasn't the right price. People held back, and they got a higher price.
But look at the hedge fund industry, for example. That's also an industry that for a long time unregulated. But now sort of there's a lot of legislators are saying, look, we really need to look at this industry more closely.
I don't think
Europe
they will. I don't think they will.
You know, their equity industry is regulated. Do you think that has any foreshadowing as to what might happen here?
One of the smarter things that we've done in this country is recognize that the regulators would never understand the strategies of the hedge funds. The thing that we need to do for hedge funds, and I'm adamant about this, but I know the industry's against it, is nobody who is not suitable, sorry about the double negative, but you should be rich to be in a hedge fund. We shouldn't regulate them because if the rich are unhappy, as Lenin allegedly said, it's their own fault. I feel like that we don't need to protect the people in hedge funds, provided they're not mom and pops. I also don't think that they're rapacious. I think they do what's necessary. I think it's the CEOs of the country who don't know how to deal with these new pools of capital. They're so used to dealing with passive mutual fund money, they don't realize that this is the new world and they should wake up. And rather than complain to Washington, they should deal with them.
Well, last question. There was an article yesterday in the Times saying that a lot of fund managers are giving, basically saying no to a lot of these deals, these private equity deals, because they feel they're lowballing shareholders. In those instances, do you see where legislation may be productive or
No,
helpful?
that's farcical. I took my friend Rich Bazzino on Lear. He wanted a higher price. As being another sign of greed in this market. You have a win. A win is a win. Go find another stock. You've just ring the register. You've just done well for your shareholders. That's all they ask. Don't fight for an additional point. Go find the next one.
All right, go do it. This is Jim Cramer, Wall Street Confidential. I'm Farnoosh Torabi. Stay tuned for more.